So we're shifting gears now to kind of go away from traditional sources of funding and kind of traditional ways of thinking about funding into a couple of things that are maybe not quite on the top of the list, but I think should definitely be on the list. We're going to start with that by funding your business on the backs of your customers. And so Scott Clasen is here to tell us a little bit about TimeSolv and how they're using their kind of core business to grow the company. Scott.
All right. Thanks, Rick. I'm actually pinch hitting for our CEO who's overseas taking his daughter to Morocco for semester abroad. So to tell you a little bit about TimeSolv, we are a time and billing software company. We are mainly for lawyers, but really for any professional service organization that has to track time and place them on invoices. We are web-based and we are subscription models, SaaS, software as a service. So our customers pay us every month to gain access to our software. We were originally developed in 1999 by a division of Thomson Reuters, and then our CEO, who was working at Thomson at the time, spun him off in 2006 through his own initial investment. It was not an insignificant amount, as Rick told me, but he was able to do it himself and brought on an additional partner who is now our CTO, who also invested in it. And from that initial investment they made in 2006, we have been 100% funded by our customer revenue, which is probably where we all want to be, eventually, where we can grow our company because of the sales and the revenue that is coming in. Now, for TimeSolv, there's a couple of things that have made this possible since 2006 to see the growth that we have, which I'll talk about in a couple of minutes. One is the fact we're a virtual office. We all work from home, so there's not that overhead cost of a brick and mortar mortgage to pay or whatever it might be. And it also means that I'm not wearing cargo shorts this afternoon in my basement office where I would normally be. The second kind of important thing I think with the way we're able to fund ourselves is that subscription model, that monthly recurring revenue model, which means that even if I don't have a sale at all that comes in this month, I still got revenue coming in from my existing client base. And so because of that reliable income source from our customers, we were able to really focus more on the product for the first 6 or 7 years after the spinoff from Thomson Reuters. And yes, it didn't happen in 18 months or 2 years or whatever it might be in making the product as strong as it is today. It did take a lot longer. One of the other things that we have an advantage of is that we have tapped into a great offshore pipeline, which again reduces costs for us. About half of TimeSolv employees are headquartered in Pakistan, including all of our dev team and about half of the marketing department that works under me. So for that first 6 or 7 years, we were able to focus on the product, not be as concerned about sales growth, customer growth, and so on. But for the last 4 or 5 years now, we have the product is where it needs to be. We have turned our attention towards growing acquisition, customer retention. I was brought on board as the first marketing director TimeSolv ever had 2 years ago. And we've seen now that kind of slow incremental growth starting to turn into a little bit of that hockey stick shaped growth on the graph. 2017 we saw 36% revenue growth. We're going to see over 40% this coming year, but it has all been just based on the revenue. So I guess you could look at it, if this is a race between the turtle and the hare, we're definitely the turtle in that it's been low and slow, but it is sustainable. And it can happen if you have, I think, the right model in place.
Right, and some companies have a story that the financing community is going to get excited about, and other companies are a little bit, nothing against TimeSolv, but a little bit more kind of blocking and tackling. And that was part of what intrigued me with TimeSolv, and I've been working with them for a couple of years, was just kind of steady Eddie wins the race, and congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
Thank you.